locked him in the bathroom.
Why, what's he done now?
He thinks today's National Naked Day, so I've locked him up. Good idea!
You're not very achy, right?
Ah, that's okay. He's got no giblets.
Giblets? What does he mean? Percy, stop laughing and tell me! I hate you sometimes!
Hey guys, welcome to SmegChris Review. Let's start with the news. First up is that there's a new Supergirl television show on the way. It's to star Melissa Benoist. Wait, who? She was in Glee? That's not allowed.
Can't go through any green. Now he's in
Percy. Wait, she's 26? Okay, that's wrong. Supergirl is 16. But in all seriousness, I think this is a wrong decision. All the current DC TV shows have no connection to the upcoming movie franchise. With Man of Steel being the success it was, Supergirl should be connected to that. With movies. Mind you, the original was a bit... Yeah, but time will tell. Moving on. I'm sure you've all heard that they're rebooting Ghostbusters with an all-female cast. And there's been a lot of negative feedback. And of course it stirred up an argument saying that people are being sexist. I think it's a bad idea, and I'm not being sexist about it. Let me tell you the real reason of the negativity. It's not because it's an all-female cast. I love Kristen Wiig. She's very talented. It's because it's Ghostbusters. You don't reboot something classic. Even if it was an all-male cast, I'd still say the same. Now what they should do is make a sequel. If they were saying that they were making a Ghostbusters 3 with an all-female cast, I'd be happy. We could have some of the original cast in it passing on the baton. I would watch that. But a reboot? Sorry, but I'm going to avoid it. And another franchise is in talks to be rebooted with Chris Pratt. Indiana Jones! Again, no. Hollywood, please stop rebooting classic movies. We don't want them. You remember back in the day when we used to complain about sequels? Well, now we love sequels but hate reboots. It's okay for superheroes, we've seen fresh versions of them for decades. And comic books do it anyway. DC has done it twice. As for Marvel, I don't know, a dozen. Man of Steel was one of the best movies in the last decade. Star Trek got it right. They didn't scrub the original franchise, they just called it an alternate timeline. But Indiana Jones without Harrison Ford? I'm sorry, but it's going to do what the new RoboCop did. Flop like a dead fish. Talking of comic books, just a quick note that DC have an upcoming Ultimate storyline called Convergence. In it we're expected to see every incarnation of everything DC since its inception, including the true Wally West, and in my eyes, the true Flash. Something I can't wait for. Let's move on to a trailer for Ted 2. You can watch that by clicking here, and then come back. It looks just as funny and crass as the original. The story is about Ted wanting to get his wife pregnant. Yes, I said wife, which is something that would prove difficult seeing as he's a stuffed toy. And just to point out, it would seem that Mila Kunis is missing from the movie too. Which isn't surprising as she was heavily pregnant at the time. Which makes me think, why didn't they just wait until she was unpregnant?
Oh, alright. That isn't the only way.
Onto television, and a new show has had me in stitches. It's called The Mysteries of Laura, starring Deborah Messing. You know, of Will and Grace fame. She plays a detective who has twin boys who always create havoc, and a husband who she's just divorced who somehow manages to work his way back into her life. As for Laura herself, she's a no-nonsense, tough and sarcastic police detective. And just to point out that within 10 minutes of watching the show, I loved it. I urge you to check it out. Now on to a movie review for Taken 3. Yes, that's right, only one movie this time around. Woohoo! I know a lot of people complain about the second movie. Except me, I liked it. However, this third film is getting a lot of great feedback. And I can see why. It takes about 20 minutes to actually get into the action, but when it does, it is awesome. This time the story takes place solely in Los Angeles, and I think this is a great decision. And not just because I love Los Angeles. We get to delve more into Brian's past as a detective is hot on his trail, played brilliantly by Forrest Whitaker. There are plenty of plot twists and chase sequences to keep the viewer occupied and not too confused. Liam Neeson's latest offering gets a... and it's a great send-off for the character. Until they reboot him. Ha! I broke out.
Who's in?
Huh? Why am I covered with a black box? That would be the auto-edit feature on my camera. Don't worry, it will only last another 7 seconds and then... And then what? It's time for me to go. Thanks for watching. Until the next time, peace out. And then what? Ah, weak. He seems to think that today's national Why am I doing this? It's like I'm in a nightclub. Big box, little box, do do do. I don't know. I'm getting old. But Indiana Jones, without Harrison Ford, I'm sorry, but it's going to do what the new RoboCop did. Flop like a what? Do you know what it is? I'm trying to make sure that I'm not saying RoboChris, but RoboCop. And that's what put me off. We get to delve more into Brian's past as the detective is hot on his trail, played brilliantly, not by me. Doing another dance move. I don't know what this one is. She plays a detective who has twin boys who always create havoc, and she's got a husband who she's just divorced who somehow manages to work his way back into her life. Is that good, director? No, it isn't. Oh, okay. Oh dear.